gonna say no.
Why? He's not
This
lying.
is a great question.
You know CPR, you know they're dying.
How
You know
homeless
that.
are they?
Sure.
Paint this
How do
homeless-
I know that CPR is gonna keep them alive though?
You don't know. You don't know, but you know that if you don't do anything, they're gonna die.
Can I just punch the stomach really hard?
There's ways that you can do CPR without actually contacting your lips to lip.
Can you do it like this?
So you would do it?
Yeah.
So you're sick. Wait, so for you.
I for sure would try my
Who's
best.
CPR certified?
Me?
I was.
Do you remember?
I remember nothing. Like before it was only like 60 compressions, and then now it's like 120, and then it's whatever. So
Yeah, they change it all.
there's a lot, but I think like after you get certified, you do feel a responsibility on every single human being. But the homeless people in LA in particular, you don't know if they have HIV and stuff.
How homeless are we talking about?
Even if they have HIV, like it's not. How are you gonna get it?
Well, how do you know? What if he wakes up and he bites you?
Some people think homeless people are just people that live under the poverty line. They're living on the streets. They got it tough, which is very true. They all got it tough. But specifically, our homeless population in inner LA, a lot of them are hardcore drug addicts, and a lot of them are not in the right mind, and they will bite you, attack you, scratch you, and some of them are super aggressive. They're very unpredictable. I've been to many other major cities in the US, and we have a very different,
not even the
we have a
same.
way different
It's
homeless
like The Walking
population.
Dead.
If I was in Asia, 100% I would do it. Like if I saw a homeless grandma, homeless whatever person, immediately like I'm all about life saving. That's what I would like to do. But in LA, because we have our own homeless people, they can wake up and then all of a sudden stab you, or
Because
they
you
can wake
were-
up.
yeah.
Yeah, they can steal from you and bite you.
Yeah.
They're just like, it's our LA homeless people. They're very, very
So
unpredictable.
what would you do then? You would just let them die?
Fuck, I don't know. I would still do as much life support as I can. So maybe I can try to clear their airway, tilt their head back, call 911, do all the things that I know that I can without putting myself in danger.
Because tilting their head back, you're pretty much close.
You're touching them.
Yeah, like the range or the.
But you're not as
distance between your
vulnerable.
head.
So when I tilt someone's head back, if this guy tries to like choke me, like I'm not mouth to mouth. When you're mouth to mouth, you're in a very vulnerable position. I can't see.
Pound him. I mean, pound.
I can't see where his hand.
Mount.
I can't. What do you mean? What the hell? That's
Like
not part
mount.
of the life-saving procedure.
I don't know. Obviously, I don't know. I've
Yeah,
never
but-
been certified, but like where you can restrain their arms to this way.
Anything you do that's not addressing the life-saving issue, you're prolonging anything.
You might hurt
So
me
if this
before.
person is choking, he's about to die,
Damn.
and you're like, well, let me tie his hands up first and his feet so he can't. Like anything you do, when you gotta think of it as a house on fire. You don't have time to put your shoes on. You don't have time to do anything. If someone's life is in danger, it has to be the immediate protocol and the protocol that's gonna be the most effective.
What's your answer? Final. You don't.
In LA, I don't know. I think it would have to be case by case scenario.
Yeah, because we also, like for me, I would want the scene to be painted. Like, is it daytime, nighttime? Am I alone? Is there other people around? Like, why is he passed out? Like, how do I know that he's...
Worst case scenario that you can paint for yourself.
Worst case scenario? Fuck no.
Yeah,
Because in my worst case scenario is this guy is clearly a heroin addict. He hasn't showered in months. There's like bottles of beer all over him. I'm in the middle of under a freeway. That's the worst case scenario. No one's around. If that motherfucker wakes up and bites me, that's it. That is like, oh shit, you know? Maybe the most I could do is call the cops while I just stay there with them. But then we also have homeless people here that don't look homeless. Those people are the ones that I would save. Because you know that they're making an effort to do something. Like most homeless people that are trying to get out of being homeless, you can't tell that they're homeless. They have decent clothes, they look like they grew. They might have like a backpack with a bunch of stuff. For them, it's like, oh, okay, these guys are just down and out. They're not like completely gone. So it depends on what level of homelessness. Even though it's like, people are like, but every life is precious. It is, but shit, man. I'm not a firefighter. I didn't sign up for this shit.
So you would watch them die.
Yeah. While I call the police. I mean, I'm gonna try. I'm not gonna just be like, oh shit, he died. Fuck. Oh fuck, I'm gonna get out of here. Like I'm gonna do something, but I don't think I would put my lips on his lips.
Because even when you get certified, they issue like this lip, like freaking vaginal dam type of thing for your mouth. But I don't know any CPR certified person that carries them.
Yeah.
Even though they're supposed to. You're supposed to like carry it all the time in case something happens. But I don't know anyone that does that. And even if some shit does happen, you don't got time to be like, hold on. You don't have to do any of that shit.
You know, growing up in Texas, are the homeless people different, like for you guys, like in Texas than out here in LA?
Yeah, they're not as violent, I don't think. So I'm kind of the same. I don't feel like I have the natural inclination to save people. I'd probably just try to find out some other way, but I'd probably, if I saw someone dying, I would probably run away because I would just be like, oh. But regardless if they're homeless or just a regular person, I don't know if that really matters. I just don't think I would be able to, because then you're like, if they die, then it's kind of, you almost feel responsible too. I would probably just run away from the situation.
That's no different though. You running away from them versus you not being able to save them while attempting it. That's almost, that's worse actually.
Because if you saw a person, like
She says like, I don't care if they're homeless, I'm running.
I would just like probably try to call the police. Like I don't see myself actually getting down and giving
that's helping.
CPR.
Any little bit of help you can do, that's the best.
That's the most realistic though, because like you don't want to move them, you don't know if that's gonna hurt them or whatever. You just call the cops.
Yeah, when I was in Austin, I was for a very short while. I drove for Lyft to try to make more money right when I quit my real job. And so Austin's a college town, so there's a ton of like kids that are drunk or whatever, just falling on the streets. I mean, they're dropping like flies everywhere. So I saw this one girl in this dark corner area, like by this parking garage. I was like, this girl's gonna get raped. Like I just parked my car there and I walked up to her. I got her phone, couldn't get into it. I just called the police and stayed there until like a group of people came up, and then I was like, all right, I'm out. But I wasn't gonna try to give her CPR because I don't even know if that's reasonable or.
She was just knocked out on the floor?
Yeah, she looked like she could be dying, like overdose or something. But I was like, I don't know what I'm supposed to do, you know?
Well, you did help then. You didn't run.
Yeah, I feel like even in a situation like that where the person is, they're not homeless, it's clear that, they have a roof over their head or whatever. I don't know if I'd still, and this could be me answering it from someone that has never been CPR certified, I probably wouldn't attempt to perform anything because I don't know what the signs are of someone that I just wouldn't even know where to begin. So I think I would have done the same thing regardless if they're homeless or not. I'd be like, I'm just gone, I don't want, I'm not even touching you because I don't know if I'm gonna fuck
Call
you
the
up.
professionals. I think that's the least anybody can do, because they have those stories where like a girl was getting raped in the middle of the street and there's all kinds of civilians and bystanders and no one did anything. I think that's the worst.
The one thing that I really don't like about the modern day world when things like this happen is the whole world star concept of like people needing to like take their phones out and recording stuff. I feel like that is causing a big problem. Like majority of the people in this world now, I feel like wouldn't help.
They want to record.
They want to record and they want to get viral. That's like the nature of people's mindsets, I feel like.
If I see some crazy shit happening and I know I can't help it at all, at least I would want like proof or like footage or like try to capture whatever else is happening. I don't think it's mainly because people are like, oh yeah, we're gonna go viral.
Well, I'm not saying all people are like that. Yeah, you're right. There's some people who are actually getting, proof or evidence or whatever. But from the certain viral clips I've seen, though, like the tone, the laughing from behind the camera, it's not a helping attitude. It's a very like, they're in misery. I'm gonna record this and I'm gonna laugh and I'm gonna post.
There's a lot of people with that mentality because they're not handing the footage over to the cops. It's not being used as evidence. They just upload it online. Check this out.
That's the amount of true shit.
The life-saving mentality I got a lot when I was a kid in Boy Scouts, because you learn all kinds of like weird like techniques and stuff. So I remember, I think in 5th grade, my friends came over for my birthday, and then we were just reenacting like a bunch of WWE type stuff. Like, like Power Driver, and we're just on wrestling. We're just like a bunch of like very like rough boys. And then the two of my tallest friends, one's name was Morgan and the guy was Dennis. They were already big. They were like 5'8" and like 10 years old already. He grabbed the person's leg, Morgan grabbed Dennis's leg, and he bent it somehow and it kind of sprained him. He was like, fuck! And I saw tears in his eyes, and that's immediately when like my Boy Scouts turned on. I'm like, oh shit, I have to establish a split. So I went to the backyard, and then I grabbed like two pieces of wood, and I came back in, and I'm like, oh, reduce the swelling. I go in my freezer, there's no ice pack, so I grabbed 2 Dryers ice cream, and I brought it out, and he was like, dude, I'm good. I'm like, no, lay down. People, they told me about this. You're gonna say you're good, you're gonna stand up, you're gonna be paralyzed. So I ended up putting that on. I was like, and it's my birthday. It's my birthday. I do what I want. So I put it on there and I tied it up, and he was just like sitting there with like 2 Dryers ice cream.
Did it help?
Cute.
I don't know if it helped or not, but then just as a kid, it's like anything you learn, you wanna apply it, right?
When I was little, I wanted to be a firefighter. Because, like, when I was in preschool, we had, like, a field trip to go visit a fire station. And really, like, I gravitated to it, like, a lot. And I'm like, I'm going to grow up and I'm going to run into, like, burning buildings and save people.
Imagine one of your classmates saw the pole and became a stripper instead.